Hi, Rabbi Menashe Goldberger here to give you a message. I'm not sure who's listening. We have in Atlanta an array of Jews who study together or study with the Kollel. Some are more habituated in Torah observance, some are newer at it. A great rabbi, Rabbi Shlomo Wolbe, once said that the Jewish people is enhanced by these two camps, if you will. The ones who have been at it longer, they're more ragil, they're more accustomed, habituated. They make sure to get it done. That's harder for someone who's hasn't been doing it for so long. On the other hand, the ones who are newer at it sometimes have an excitement and an awareness and appreciation that those who have been doing it almost by rote sometimes may have a hard time with. I'd like to say something that might speak to both groups at the same time. So we're all here in our homes. The coronavirus has kind of shut us down, and we can't go where we want to go, and we might feel limited. But the Jewish people have a secret, and that secret is that we travel not just in space, but more importantly, we travel in time. We're always starting from point A and moving to point B. Our Jewish calendar, it's not just a collection of birthdays and anniversaries. We're actually moving with the time. So we just came out of Egypt on Pesach. We just experienced a reliving of our freedom. And we're going somewhere. We're going to Har Sinai to get the Torah on the holiday of Shavuos. And there's a journey, and it's called the days of the Sfiras HaOmer, counting the days from Pesach till Shavuos. That's a journey. We're going somewhere, and each day is a new milestone or a mile marker. So let's talk about what our journey is. Where did we leave and where are we going? There's two sets of symbols that symbolize the mitzvahs, that symbolize the transformation from Pesach till Shavuos in the Torah. The first one, everyone knows. We eat matzah on Pesach. Matzah is unleavened bread. The leavening in a bread symbolizes, according to our rabbis, arrogance or puffiness. So it would be like if a person had too much leaven, that would symbolize saying, I don't need to listen to God's commandments. My life is fine the way it is. That kind of puffiness or an inflated ego is something we want to get rid of on Pesach. We want to humble ourselves and say, God is offering something that we need to listen to. As we go through the transformation, we start after Pesach is over, we put the leavening back in, as if to say, you've embraced it, you're starting to take on a mitzvah or mitzvahs, you become more habituated. Okay, now let's add some of the personality back. Because now that you have accepted the concept of mitzvahs, now you can add some of your ego, if you will. And so on Shavuos, we not only do we not eat matzah, but it's a mitzvah to eat leavened bread. There's a mitzvah in the Torah called the shtei alechem, the 2 loaves of leavened bread. Unusual to have leavened bread in the temple, but that's the transformation where we had to remove that puffiness so that we could become habituated in the mitzvahs. That may be a nice message for someone who's still, it's new, and we're trying to get into the swing, into the habit. That's a transformation, a destination from point A to point B. Now let's talk about a different symbolism. So when we started, right after Pesach started, when we started counting the Omer, the Torah said you also have to bring an offering. Now that offering is a measure of barley. It's called the Korban Omer, barley. Barley is food you feed animals. On Shavuos, as we mentioned, 2 loaves, those are made out of wheat. I once heard a beautiful explanation. There's a great rabbi, Rabbi Yaakov Perlau, the Novominsker Rebbe of blessed memory. We lost him to the coronavirus. He was one of the leading rabbis in American Jewry today. I once heard him say a beautiful explanation of the transformation between the animal and the human. It sounds pretty ominous. He said no. He said, you could have a Jew who's fully observant, who has tremendous habituation in the mitzvahs, but he does it without that much thought. Not so much kavanah. It's so easy for him to do it that he sometimes doesn't think. That person is doing mitzvahs like an animal. Animals are also very obedient. They serve their masters, but there's no human thought or feeling or kavanah. That's not our goal. Our goal is to transform into a human being, into an Adam, who has da'as, who has kavanah, who has a heart, and do our mitzvahs with thought and with feeling and with meaning. That's a transformation that's appropriate for someone who's doing the mitzvahs but may have lost some of the meaning because he's so used to it. So here we have an opportunity. We got places to go. We're moving through time, and this is an opportunity for any Jew, whatever background, whatever level, to move somewhere from Pesach till Shavuos, one day at a time. Thank you for joining me.